Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be taking a look at VPNs and proxies. We'll be taking a look at what these two mean, and also we'll be taking a look at how these two work. So let's start. Now if you haven't subscribed yet, then please hit the red subscribe button and also hit the bell notification icon so that you remain notified each time we upload a video. So what is a VPN? A VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. A VPN provides encrypted or secured connection over the web, and the VPN works on the process of tunneling. Your all data traffic is being sent through that tunnel, thereby no one can see your browsing activity. And VPNs can be used to open blocked websites as well in your country. Let's say there is a website that is blocked by the government for some reason, then you can use a VPN to open that blocked website. So let's have a look at how it works, and specifically we'll be looking at this tunneling factor that I have told you right over here. So let's have a look at it. So here's a pictorial demonstration of how VPN works. I got this image from the internet. Now let's say this is your computer, you are using the internet using a certain web browser or something, and you are using a certain VPN program. There are many VPN programs out there on the internet. You can download any one of them. The good thing about Android devices is that most of the VPN programs out there in the Play Store are free. You can download them and use them. One of the programs that I use is VPN Hub. It is a very good program. The free version works pretty good. But when it comes to computers, there is a problem, and that is you don't get free options. Most of the VPNs only provide you a trial period of, let's say, half a month or a month or so. But you eventually have to pay something at the end. Alright, so let's have a look at how it works. So let's say you are operating this computer and you are using a web browser, and you have a certain VPN program open in your computer or your mobile phone. Now let's say you are trying to connect to any website. Here are some example websites, as you can see. Let's say you are trying to connect to Google. You opened up the browser, you have your VPN program running, and you open up the browser and you simply typed in google.com and you pressed enter. It connected to the google.com. But the normal connection that used to happen without a VPN, that is your computer will get connected to the google.com server this way. Now if let's say any hacker or the government or the ISPs, they can see your traffic. They can easily view what you're browsing, or what type of data is being shared between your computer and what type of data is received by your computer from the server. Now this is something that obviously you don't want, alright? So in order to get protection from that kind of a thing, you can use a VPN obviously, and it works by the process of tunneling. In that case, what happens is that your traffic goes through this tunnel and it reaches the server. A VPN has a certain IP address. Now when the website opens, or when your connection is forwarded to the server of, let's say, google.com through a VPN connection, then your IP address is not broadcasted to the google.com server. Instead, the VPN's IP address is being broadcasted to that particular server. That's why you will see that sometimes, let's say you are opening google.com, say from India, you will get connected to google.co.in. It will automatically redirect. But let's say you are using a VPN program and the country is set to USA, let's say, in the VPN program, then if you connect to google.com, you will see that it will connect to google.com. It will not redirect to google.co.in. So that's one good advantage of VPN. You can use it to open blocked websites that way. And now since your connection is being forwarded through a tunnel, in that case what happens is that if let's say any hacker wants to see what type of data is being sent from your computer to the server, as well as vice versa, then he or she can't do so, because your connection is inside a tunnel, it's encrypted, and if anyhow he or she gets access to that type of connection, he or she gets access to what data is being sent from your computer to the server through the VPN connection, he or she won't be able to see anything inside it. It will be of a gibberish manner. The governments also can't see what you're trying to browse. This is a good thing in my opinion. And also you can hide your active browsing activity from the ISPs. So that's one good thing. That's another good thing about VPNs. Another simple way to explain this is, let's say for example there's a drain, and if it's open, then you will see the water going from it. All right, but let's say somebody put a slab on top of it, a cemented slab on top of it, so it is covered. You won't see what's going in inside that, what type of water is going, what is going inside that. It's simply hidden from you. This is the manner in which VPN works. All right, now let's have a look at proxy. A proxy works like a gatekeeper of a house. All your internet traffic is being passed through this proxy. Now basically what happens is that you have your computer at one end and you have the server, let's say of google.com, at the other end. And in the middle you will have that proxy. That proxy acts as a gatekeeper. Now let's say for example you tried to connect to google.com through that proxy. Obviously google.com will not receive your IP address, but it will receive that proxy's IP address. So in that way you can hide your IP address from being broadcasted to the google.com server. Now as I said, it works like a gatekeeper of a house. Now just take an example of a house or an apartment, for example. Over there you see a gatekeeper is present. Now anybody who enters that apartment or leaves the apartment, that gatekeeper has a watch on that person. Anybody takes anything inside his house, inside the apartment, or takes anything out of the apartment, everything is being watched by that gatekeeper. Similarly, a proxy works like this. Any type of traffic, any data traffic that is being sent from your computer to the server through the proxy server and vice versa is being seen through that proxy or by that proxy. So that's why it is not recommended to share confidential data while using a proxy. Let's say you are browsing you are using a proxy server and you visited google.com, or let's say you visited facebook.com, and over there you see the login screen, you entered your ID and password. Don't do it. If you are using a proxy, don't do it. Be it paid or free. In free ones you shouldn't be using it at all. You shouldn't be entering any of your confidential data, be it passwords or anything. You shouldn't be filling up any sort of forms if you are using a free proxy. If you are using a paid one as well, I'll still suggest not to do it. Alright, it's for your privacy, it's for your safety. A proxy is usually slower than a VPN. Now as I said in the previous slide, as you can see over here, a VPN works by the process of tunneling, but a proxy works on the process of something like a gatekeeper. Now let's say for example an apartment has around 500 people living in that apartment in different rooms. 500 people are living in that apartment. Now let's say all 500 people want to leave the apartment at once. They have a certain program somewhere and all of them are leaving the apartment at once at a certain time, let's say 7 o'clock in the evening. That gatekeeper who is standing over there, he will take entry of each and everyone leaving the apartment as well as coming inside of the apartment. Now just think of that gatekeeper. Once 500 people want to leave the apartment at once, that gatekeeper needs to keep entry of each and every person leaving the apartment. Now just think of that situation. 500 people leaving at once. Just think of the situation of the gatekeeper. He will become, what should I say? I mean, he'll become mad. Like so many requests are coming. Eventually, it will slow down. Talking in terms of technical perspective, he will slow down. Alright, most web application security audit tools like Burp Suite, etc., they work on the principle of using a proxy. In future videos, when you will be looking at how to find vulnerabilities or how to test for vulnerabilities in web applications or websites, we will be using a very popular tool named Burp Suite. Over there you will see that it works like a proxy. So conception about proxy is very important for this reason. And also in the field of ethical hacking and penetration testing, not just Burp Suite uses proxy, but there are many other tools which use proxy. So you need to have conception about proxies as well as VPNs. Alright. So the Burp Suite also works as a proxy. What happens is that any type of data that is being sent from your browser to the server and vice versa goes through that Burp Suite. Now anytime any vulnerability or any sort of loophole that appears will be shown inside that Burp Suite. Burp Suite will easily detect that vulnerability. So that's how it works. And at last we have the Tor network. Now this is something which is considered a little bit of higher level. The Tor stands for the onion router. It is basically a way to browse the deep web or the dark web. Now I don't want to go further into this discussion. We'll be making a separate video on it. Basically you have the internet, and whatever you are browsing normally, that covers only 5% of the internet. But if let's say but there is 95% of the internet that is hidden from you. You cannot browse that through your normal browser. You need a special kind of a browser named Tor browser, and it is obviously freely available. You can download it in your computer free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. You can use it to browse the dark web. Now I don't want to go any further into this discussion because it is out of topic of this particular video. Now let's have a look at how proxy works. This is very simple compared to a VPN. Now you have your computer over here and you opened up your browser and you connected to google.com, and you have a certain proxy server that you are probably using. You can simply Google free proxies and you'll get a lot of proxy servers. This is very good when you want to open a blocked site for a say one-time purpose or something. Instead of using a VPN, you can use a proxy. But obviously the problem with the proxy is that it will be a little bit slower. Now your connection goes to that proxy server, and from the proxy server it goes to the internet, I mean the server or the website that you are connecting to. Now let's say your computer is this one and you have a certain IP address, this one, let's say, for example. I'm just assuming this, and let's say this is the proxy server and this is the IP address of that particular proxy server. This cannot be an IP address. I'm just giving a pictorial demonstration. So when your connection is going to this particular website, your connection is forwarded through this proxy server. So the website that is being opened in your browser will receive this proxy server's IP address and not your IP address. This is another way to hide your IP, and also you can use a proxy as well to open blocked websites. If you use a proxy of, let's say, you live in India and you are using a proxy server of, let's say, USA, and just open YouTube, you will see that it will open the US YouTube, not the Indian YouTube. Or just open any website that has different pages based on countries. You will see that it will open a different web page, not as per the country you are browsing from. It will open as per the country specified in that proxy server. Alright, that's how these two work. I hope this cleared up your conception about VPNs and proxies. So that's it for this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.